In today's video, I'm breaking down 10 assets that wealthy retirees never buy and the poor ones almost always do. More importantly, the mindset that separates those who stay wealthy from those who struggle. Because here's the reality. It's not how much money people save that determines retirement success. It's what they do with that money once they have it. I've seen people with $10+ million portfolios still making decisions that derail their retirement. And I've seen people with just $500,000 retire very securely. And the difference? Discipline and due diligence. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Eric Rodriguez. I'm a certified financial planner and founder of WealthBuilders LLC. I work with clients from their first 401k decision to families gearing up to retire with over $10 million in net worth. And across every level, I've seen the same pattern. The wealthy avoid financial products that are sold with emotion, and they buy investments grounded in evidence and their long-term strategy. By the end of this video, you'll see why some of the most common smart purchases in retirement are the very things keeping people from ever feeling financially free. And if you're finding this helpful, hit like and subscribe. It's the easiest way to support the channel and help more people retire with confidence and clarity. Let's get into it. All right, number one, variable annuities. What makes variable annuities so tempting is they promise guaranteed income for life with investment growth potential. Sounds like the best of both worlds, right? But here's the problem. They're often wrapped in layers of fees, lock-ins, and unclear benefits. Wealthy retirees know that anything you can't explain in one sentence probably shouldn't be in your portfolio. Many annuities charge 3 to 4% in annual fees, plus surrender charges if you withdraw early, and that eats into returns faster than most realize. Instead, sophisticated investors focus on flexibility. They want liquidity, low fees, and control. If they want guaranteed income, they look to fixed annuities or immediate annuities, or simply structure a reliable withdrawal plan. Number two, financial products they don't understand, whether it's a private investment, whether it's a tax shelter, an exotic insurance policy, or a complex investment pitch. The wealthy avoid what they don't understand, because when you don't understand something, you can't manage its risk. Too many retirees buy into strategies they can't explain, and that's a recipe for regret. If you're not crystal clear on the risk, the cost, and the exit plan, it's not an investment, it's a gamble. High net worth retirees ask more questions than you'd expect. They want clarity, not jargon. That discipline keeps them in control. Number three, timeshares and lifetime travel memberships. They sound like the dream. I mean, trust me, I've gone on vacation. I've almost got pitched timeshare once or twice in my life, but the guaranteed getaways every year, the luxury for life sounds awesome. But what's the reality? Well, there's ongoing maintenance, there's fees, there's strict scheduling, and virtually no resale market. Timeshares are just contracts. They're not purchases. And once you're in, getting out isn't easy. Wealthy retirees prefer flexibility. They'd rather book what they want, when they want, and they let their money stay liquid and working. Travel is about freedom, not obligation. Fourth one, this one might be a surprise. Extended warranties. So whether it's a fridge, a laptop, or even a car, extended warranties are one of the most common emotional purchases that a retiree could have. They make you feel secure, but rarely do the math, and it rarely adds up. So the wealthy typically self-insure small risks. So instead of paying $500 here, $700 there, $100 here, they build a robust emergency fund. Why? Because statistically, warranties pay the company, not the customer. So wealthy retirees don't protect everything. They protect what matters and plan for the rest. Okay, number five, overpriced luxury goods, things like watches, handbags. These things look like wealth, but they don't build or preserve it. Now, you could argue that a watch is an investment because some watches have appreciated over time. I own some watches that have appreciated over time, but most of these items, they don't really build wealth or preserve it. Truly wealthy retirees spend based on value, not validation. So they're not trying to prove they've made it. They're making sure they keep it. So in fact, many of the wealthiest clients, my wealthiest clients, are the most understated. Their spending doesn't announce their success. Their lifestyle reflects it quietly. Okay, next one, chasing hot investments. Private placements, crypto, meme stocks, your neighbor's cocktail stock, can't miss, biotech play, etc. Wealthy retirees don't chase fads. They follow fundamentals. They know that protecting what you've built is a totally different skill set than building it. So in retirement, your job isn't to double your money overnight. It's to not lose it. Wealth preservation means discipline, not drama. That's why the tagline for my firm WealthBuilders is protect and grow your wealth. Number 7, new cars every few years. That new car smell fades fast, but the depreciation doesn't. So retirees who buy new vehicles every 2-3 years are quietly burning tens of thousands of dollars. Wealthy retirees, well, what they do is they buy quality and they keep it for 8 to 10 years because a car is a tool. It's not a trophy. The moment you drive it off the lot, you lose 10 to 20% of its value. So the rich don't throw money into that fire. Now, I will say there is a case, if you own a business or you're self-employed, there is a case to potentially lease cars for tax benefits, but that's a whole nother conversation. All right, number 8, dream homes. You finally made it. So you buy the home by the water with the big backyard. You have these sweeping views, but here's what you didn't budget for: the property taxes, the maintenance, the utilities, and eventual regret. So wealthy retirees choose homes that serve their lifestyle. So not the other way around. They don't want a house they have to work for. They want a house that works for them. So a dream home that becomes a money pit quickly turns into a nightmare. Number 9, vacation homes. So I hear this a lot in financial planning engagements. People want to buy a second home or maybe a third home for vacations. A vacation home you use 2 to 4 weeks a year. Well, in my opinion, that's not a getaway. It's a costly anchor. So you've got upkeep, you have insurance, cleaning, property management, all for a place you barely use. And what about flexibility? Well, that could be gone too. So now you're committed to going back every single year, whether you want to or not. So wealthy retirees rent, invest the difference, and enjoy freedom of choice because they want options over obligations. Again, there is a case for rental properties for cash flow. Maybe you've inherited some properties and you can have those in your portfolio, but it would have to make sense for the right retiree, for the right person with the right cash flow budget, overall net worth. But typically what I see is they typically rent for freedom. All right, and lastly, 10, paying full price for taxes. So here's the one that costs people the most, and it's the least talked about. Taxes are your single biggest expense in retirement. Wealthy retirees don't pay more than they have to. They plan. So they use things like Roth conversions, tax loss harvesting, tax gain harvesting, charitable giving, and structured withdrawals to minimize taxes and maximize net income. This is where strategy matters. And this is where my retire playbook comes in. So here's the bottom line. The wealthiest retirees aren't making smarter moves because they have more money. They're making smarter moves because they avoid the traps that quietly drain freedom. So the cars, the warranties, the complex financial products, they all look harmless until they're not. But when you stay intentional, every dollar starts working for you instead of against you. So if you're wondering how this applies to your situation, the link below walks you through my retire playbook. It's a step-by-step framework I use with clients to help them cut waste, lower taxes, and build a lifestyle-first income plan in retirement. So whether you're 5 years out or already retired, it'll show you how to avoid some of those silent killers of retirement wealth. Check it out in the description below. And also, if this helped you in any way, if this piqued interest, if it helped reframe how you think about retirement, go ahead and hit subscribe, and more content and clarity is coming your way every single week. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.